Phelps, Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How is that a case?
The broad says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
A Chevy Styline took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
Door knocking all morning, but I gotta make in the car in the end.
See you later, fellas. Try not to work too hard. Look at you bantering with the boys. It's a tear to my eye watching my caterpillar grow. I'm just trying to fit in. Educated, hardworking, straight as an arrow. I hate to break it to you, Cole, but you'll never fit in this century. Her face looks familiar.
Well, that's June Ballard, Tarzan's sister, beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the 2 of them still have juice. Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey, Bukowski. Long time no see.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique. Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight.
What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. There are stories that a movie producer doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, we'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passenger's a Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to central receiving. If you want to take a look around, stall the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
This ain't the red carpet, so get out of my lens.
If you're looking for the coroner, he's down by the crash site.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of Beast
You?
of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. Who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
Who drugged you, Mrs. McAfee?
You really are a cute detective, but a little too naive for my taste.
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
They told me to wait on the detectives. But I can't hang around forever.
What do you think?
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
I heard this is a triple homicide. Is that true?
Clear this area immediately. I'm at a loss.
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
I ain't the guy you want to talk to, Detective.
So what next?
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
He wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
That's that cop. Seems like a decent guy.
Oh, sister, I was so tight I couldn't walk. I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
Extra, read all about it.
Isn't that the cop that caught the guy that was pretending to be dead?
He's only a writer, so he can't really help me.
Don't want to make homicide. You know, you've got it made if you can get to that fast.
Do I need to fill this out? Sure. Were you at Hope last Saturday? I ain't talking to you.
You trying to shake me down?
So I just spilled my guts. Can I cut out now?
If you were twice as smart, you'd still be stupid.
You left at midnight, correct? Is he gonna be much longer?
Please, Detective, I really must get on with my rounds.
Do you have time to help me? I'm sorry, no.
We have patients to deal with.
Doesn't look good, does it, Doc?
Is your head feeling better? Do you feel any better today, sir?
Will this take long?
I think his name is Phelps. I read about him in the newspaper.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Do I need to fill this out?
I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
You need me to sign some papers or something?
I ain't talking
I
to
say
you.
we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
You see that new typist? Ooh. No entiendo. Where's a phone?
That's right.
Tell the manager a poor who's doing responsibly. Tell him a bench is what they want.
Can you take these bracelets off? They hurt!
Were you at home last Saturday?
Can I post his bail?
No.
You trying to shake me down? You need me to sign some papers or something?
Yes.
Think those Vice boys get any on the side?
You really think I'm gonna squeal? Yeah, okay. This is your automobile, correct? Are there nabbers? We're not dirty in this city anymore.
There's a goddamn zoo in here today. I can't talk.
Are you drunk, mister, or you just cracked? That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sack.
You didn't know about the insurance.
Someone gotta
money
tell
I
us
had to
what the
take.
hell is going on?
I ain't talking to you. Can I have my phone call?
Isn't there anything else you can do?
That's right. Will this take long? I have responsibilities.
You going to release me now?
What'd I miss?
Anyone seen where Miss Wells went?
Can you drive to this one? So where you want to go?
KTI is a member of the American Century Broadcast. The brave men of our...
Any ideas?
We have to pick apart that crash site if we want an idea of what happened. Let's go back.
Advice?
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
Hey! Out of the way, bub!
Hurry it up, pal. What if someone gets hit by a bus while I'm standing here?
Coroner's at the bottom of the track. Vic is with the ambulance.
Top of the hill, detectives. They'll all be waiting.
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And that isn't even the best part.
They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
She's a long way from home. Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
Help me out.
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings.
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead.
We should speak to Ballard again. She might not be telling us the whole story.
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
How old is Jessica, Mrs. Ballard?
I couldn't say how old Jessica is. Old enough, sweetheart, as the saying goes.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
It's obviously some kind of movie prop. You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed, I am the talent. And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff. Why don't you ask Mark Bishop which prop house he uses?
You mentioned a Mark Bishop. You think he might have had something to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
I want to know what happened between you two that made him want to commit a double murder.
Bishop offered me a part in his picture. Then he withdrew it. Fact is, we had a deal. I pressed him on it, and this is where I end up.
Mrs. McAfee, I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm being taken in?
You could say that.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that you are under the influence of narcotics and that you are withholding information from the police.
My husband is going to want a word with you, Sonny Jim.
I think we're good here. Let's go see what we can shake out of the kid.
if you don't mind, I'm about done here, Detective, and I have other cases to deal with. Never the same, brother.
Come on, Bukowski, move it.
Okay, partner. You can drive. Do we know where we're going?
Doesn't look good, does it,
Hello,
Doc?
Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room right behind you, Detective.
Can we leave soon?
You can't hold me here. No! I don't need to be
Feeling better
manhandled by a
since this
doctor.
morning,
I
Jessica?
need my lawyer.
A little.
Hey,
My
where
head's
is the
still
telephone? Do you know who I am?
Is this going to take a long time?
I don't think so.
Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Do you think you could manage a little to eat?
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
Did you start them on morphine?
You're holding out on me, Jessica.
Please, I want my doctor.
No.
I'm not sure I can answer any more questions right now.
So this is what a
We need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
Are you sure I can't sue for malpractice?
Jessica, if you don't want me to call your father, you better tell me what happened.
Please, please don't call Daddy. Why are you being so horrible to me? Can't you see what I've been through?
Will you need surgery?
Yes.
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
Is it a fracture?
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McAfee? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted the two of you over an escarpment?
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
I know what happened to you, Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Did we run out of morphine again?
Someone tried to kill you, Jessica. Do you get it? Forget about being in movies. It's time to act like a grown-up.
I had to wear a robe and lay down on a stone. There were lights, a camera. It's not my fault. I'm not a bad girl. Why are you trying to hurt me?
You should think about going home, Jessica. You're getting mixed up with people who will treat you like last week's trash.
Are you crazy? I can't go home. I want to be a star.
Are you going to sign him out?
It's the tale of this town, Cole. Lambs that go willingly to slaughter.
Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her. There she goes. Come on.
Ballard is definitely up to something. She seems to have made a remarkably speedy recovery.
Now would be a bad time to forget how to drive, Cole.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
I said no butter. Jeez, how hard is that to understand?
Get in there and see what she's up to. Get in there and see what she's up to.
I can't decide between the tuna fish and the chicken.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes. And where exactly are we going?
Continue to respond.
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh, shit. You better step on it.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If he had any sense, he wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McCaffrey's wife in the first place. Or he'd have done the job properly. McCaffrey will break a fella's legs just from looking at his property.
What did you make of the kid? You believe her story?
I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. KGPL clear.
Roger, KGPL. 11K en route.
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. KGPL clear.
I'm Detective Phelps. We received a call about a domestic disturbance in apartment 803.
Oh, the detectives. Listen, Mrs. Bishop's pretty upset. Take the elevator and then left down the corridor. It's the last door on the right.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
LAPD, ma'am. Are you in danger?
I'm all right now. You just missed them. Horrible, awful men.
Are you injured, Mrs.?
Mrs. Bishop. Gloria Bishop. Please, come in, officers. I'll just need to sit down for a moment. Forgive me.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am.
Just look at this mess!
We'll take a quick search of the premises, ma'am. You take a moment to gather your thoughts.
I will. Thank you, officer.
Not everything here is going to be relevant. presented to Mark. Great Wall of Babylon, a replica of a replica. I don't think so. Not sure this means much. Optimistic, Cole. Not much help. No good to me. Incidental. Nope. Looks like a mermaid in the background. Silver screen. Who are these men in the picture?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood. They work together on occasion. That's Hopgood's shop.
Junk. Those men, I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
June Ballard said she had a deal to be in his new picture.
Mark repeatedly told her no. He had Joan Leslie lined up for the role. That's how he got the finance. June made all kinds of threats. She was very rude to me.
You know June Ballard?
We were both on the same picture a few years back. That's how I met my husband.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
Either we find him or McAfee's people do, Mrs. Bishop. If you care for him, you should make sure that we find him first.
I do care for him. But I don't really know where he'd go if he were in trouble. Hopgood might know.
There's the set. Hollywood's own little piece of Babylon.
grateful for your help, officer, but it's time you went and brought this business with Mark to a close.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a location on a silver screen prop store.
Just a moment. Silver Screen Props, corner 3rd and Figueroa.
Thanks. What now?
I don't think things are under control at Wilson's yet, Phelps. Let's go back.
What do you have to do to earn $20,000? Looks like the old movie set downtown. Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood $20,000?
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
It's a lot of money, Mrs. Bishop. Doesn't it strike you as unusual?
Perhaps. Movies are expensive to make. You'd be surprised what expenses get hidden in the budget and how the money gets moved around.
Your husband is in trouble. It could go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, Detective, and so are you. This is Hollywood. There's always a deal to be done.
An aging movie star, a wannabe starlet, a movie producer's wife. They're finally rubbing shoulders with the almost rich and famous.
And from the stories they've given us, clearly none of them act. You know the way. You can drive.
All right. Where to?
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting on.
She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband is in. The LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
You'd think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment.
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and McCaffrey.
We're building sturdy, spacious houses.
Phelps and Bukowski, LAPD. We are investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Christ! I'm Marlon Hopgood. How can I help?
You hold castings here?
How'd you hear about that? I got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way.